We have a new pope. Who is he? No, it's not this guy. And it's not this guy. It's this guy. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost. He's 69. He's from Chicago originally. He spent a bunch of time down in Peru, which is interesting. But he's an American. And now he's going to be known as Pope Leo XIV, which is pretty cool. I sort of feel like if you're like a pope or a king or something, if you're like, Leo, that's pretty dope. The dope pope. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. We'll see how cool he actually is. So what do we know about him? Besides that he's an American from Chicago originally and spent a lot of time in Peru. So the big question, of course, is what are his politics? And forgive us for going there, but we're a political news outlet, and so, we have to go there. Now, at first, from what we can see, he is generally considered a centrist on most things, though he may have some social inclinations like Francis. And frankly, although we disagree with Francis on just a whole slew of things, the Catholic Church that I grew up in, embracing the spirit of Jesus, the idea of loving everyone, that is not, in my opinion, a conservative or a liberal perspective. That is just a decent human being perspective anyway. So, maybe he follows that line. Now, it is also understanding from our just first little reading that there may be some issues with the priest scandals of the past, but really at this point he's pope, so I guess that has been dealt with, at least within the Vatican. We don't know, but regardless, it is interesting to see an American chosen as pope. Now, the one question I had initially is interesting as I'm reading the comments from folks, especially over at CNN and stuff, is like, oh my gosh, we're afraid he's a friend of Trump. I don't think he's a friend of Trump. And if anything, it almost strikes me as sort of when Pope John Paul was announced as the first non-Italian pope, 99% sure that was the case. And he was from Poland, and one of the reasons he was chosen was to challenge the Soviet Union. And we wonder if this isn't an effort to challenge Trump. Now, the thing is, I don't know that that's necessarily true. There are a lot of Catholics, I would probably say the majority of Catholics in the United States are probably generally inclined towards Trump. So this could be kind of a practical choice also, to the degree that they care at all about Trump, which may not be a whole bunch. I mean, the Catholic Church is a global organization with 1.7 billion adherents to the religion. Regardless, we wish the Pope good fortune and blessings, and we hope for the best for him and for the Catholic Church. We pray for his leadership. Now, I'm not an active Catholic by any means. In fact, I don't call myself a lapsed Catholic. I'm just a Christian. I was married in a Southern Baptist church, by the way, but proudly so. But my lineage is both Italian and Irish. My last name is Sorrentino. So, of course, I pay attention to the Pope. And I think the Pope has, incredible power to help define the overall global agenda. And I'm going to offer a modest proposal, and that is that the new Pope pay very close attention to the sort of emerging anti-human sort of sentiment coming out of things like the World Economic Forum, for instance. Kind of the dismissal of humanity, the fact that there is a certain group of people who really do look down upon most people in the world. They see people as, I mean, more than expendable. There's a whole group of folks who look at humanity as almost a virus, a plague upon the earth. And it is our hope, and hey, we're making our case. Pope Leo XIV, focus on those issues. I think that's an area where there could be broad consensus, regardless of right, left, populist or not. Most people don't want to see this sort of technocratic totalitarian emerge over the next 10 years, and you can fight it. And I hope that you do. Anyway, we have a new pope.